Then, Ahsoka, action! Go to Tython. Seeing stone on top of the mountain. Moff Gideon, tracking Mando. Now. So it starts her in the ship, and the child has the shifter knob, and Mando's like, Grogu. Grogu.
He's just highly amused that he can actually get a rise out of the child.
What? Me? So Mando takes the knob and is testing Grogu, like, come on, take it.
Oh, I meant to go back and rewatch that scene, try to catch what he said.
Oh, yeah. You're very special, kid. And Mando exclaimed something, didn't quite catch it. It was another language. Again, very...
Serenity.
Firefly.
Yeah. Cussing in Mandarin or whatever.
Yeah. So they find the Seeing Stone, and he's like, well, I can't land there. It's too small, so we'll have to go with the windows down. So that's Mando on his jetpack. And the child, ah!
His ears flopping in the wind.
So they land down there, and he takes the child there, and he's like, so does this look Jedi to you? Child's just like...
Oh, it's very, what's that rock formation?
Stonehenge?
Yeah, it's very Stonehenge.
Yeah. Monolith. Is that what the whole monolith memes I've been seeing?
What about him?
I've been seeing these weird monolith sort of memes lately.
Yeah, because these random, aluminum monoliths have been popping up all over the country randomly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Weird.
Yeah, they'll pop up for a few days and then randomly disappear.
I suspect Banksy.
Yeah, most people are like, it's just some artsy thing. That or aliens.
Yeah.
I figure it's like 50-50.
Well, it's 2020, so.
So.
50-50, 2020. Yeah.
5 by 5.
Alright. So there are butterflies floating around, and the child's like,
And Nando's like, come on, kid. Do stuff.
And then a ship arrives.
Yes. So Baby Yoda's sitting on top of the rock, and he's like, okay, start seeing, or are they supposed to see you? I don't know what to do.
Just whatever.
Yeah, the ship arrives.
So, yeah. And you said it was, what was it called?
Slave 1.
Slave 1. Child goes into a protected trance when the ship Slave 1 arrives. Is that Boba? I'm here for the armor. My armor. Yeah. Mandalorian. Retconning Star Wars fans into peace.
Yeah.
Like, Jon Favreau, you are bringing peace amongst a nation.
Yeah.
Seriously.
How are you unifying the country right now? I didn't think that could be done.
I'm a simple man making his way through the universe like my father before me.
Nice
which is
callback.
what Jango told Obi-Wan.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great callback.
Yeah.
Even though that line at the time was like, what?
Oh geez, that sniper chick from before is with him. Mulan!
Mulan.
Boba confirmed. I was right.
Yeah, when you called out, when you first saw that guy, I think in the episode with the dragon, and he was kind of standing on the outskirts, and
Tatooine.
yeah, and you saw him, and you're like, I wonder. You looked up the actor, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the guy that played Jango Fett. Like, I'll bet that's Boba Fett.
I kind of thought that was you, but okay, I'll take credit. I'll take it. Okay.
It's on video. We can go back and watch it if we want.
So, he saved Sniper Chick, which I can't remember her character's name, but, Agent May.
Yeah.
Mignon, when whatever.
Mulan.
Oh, yeah, she was Mulan. She was the voice of Mulan. So he saved her, because we thought she was dead, but then we saw somebody walk up, hi, now we know who that was.
Yeah, finally.
And he saved her, but he kind of robotified her, and I'm like, what is with this actress always at some point playing a robot?
That's her typecast.
So she's indebted to him, so, they're doing their thing together, whatever, and they want the armor that Mando took from Timothy Oliphant, the Marshal.
Right. Yeah. And he said, I want the armor, and Mando and the audience, well, maybe the audience, I don't know, but Mando's like, the Beskar. I'm thinking he means the Beskar armor.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he meant.
But when he said, I want the armor, it was like, well, this is Boba Fett, so
right, yeah.
I know what he means.
Right.
So they're like, because he had Sniper Chick trained on the child, Amanda's like, no. So they're like, okay, ceasefire. They talk, and he's like, if you give me back my armor, you won't kill the child.
We'll ensure the child returns to you safely.
Mm-hmm.
Very important wording.
Yeah. Then the stormtroopers arrive. These fuckers that can't shoot anything. Boba has this, like, kick-ass shillelagh type weapon, which is just amazing.
Awesome. You never see stormtrooper armor shattering, so that was kind of a cool new thing I've never seen before. But he's just like pickaxing them in the dome.
I love how violent the show is without being gory.
Yeah.
Like, guys, it can be done. Now, if you're watching, a horror flick, you want a little bit of gore.
Right.
But something like this, it's not necessary. So I appreciate that. Sniper Chick, there's a battle ensues, and she pushes a rock and just destroys all these stormtroopers. That was pretty cool.
Does a Indiana Jones type thing. They're running away from the rock, and
yeah, Mando keeps trying to get to Grogu, who's in this force field of seeing stoneness or whatever.
Yeah, so...
And he keeps getting blasted away. He's like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
When the stormtroopers arrived, he went into, like, this trance, and this big force field light shot up, and he's just kind of like, And so Mando was like, alright, we gotta go. Tries to get to him, and gets blasted back by the force field.
And of course, then when Mando's like, okay, just stay there. I'm gonna go protect you. And of course, as soon as Mando walks away, the force field drops. And Yoda's like, or Baby Yoda's like,
Baby Yoda takes an empty nap.
Yes, it's time for nap. It's time for sleepies. I'm so sleepy. I go sleepies. There's my dino. He loves his dino. Isaac,
not Baby Yoda. Maybe.
Then, when things are looking dire for Sniper Chick and Mando, who shows up? Boba Fett in his armor. More like Boba Fett. Nice. He's an old dude now. Like, it's not gonna fit the same. But I love the fact that they did show a little belly there.
Showed some paunch.
Now, it could be his robes that he was wearing, but, he's not a spry guy anymore, so.
But he's still Boba Fett.
And he kicks a lot of ass.
He blows up some stormtroopers. He, does all the classics. He drops his, his viewer, fires off his missile backpack, takes out the, because all the stormtroopers go running. because apparently that's a thing they can do. And they take off to escape, and he fires his rocket, blows up one ship, it runs into the other, they all go down. Nice shot.
I was aiming for the other one.
Again, kind of Firefly. Nice shot. I was aiming for his head.
And then all of a sudden, Mando's ship is destroyed.
Yeah, laser from the sky. Just blown to complete pieces.
Yeah.
Or incomplete pieces, really.
And Moff Gideon has joined the battle. And he deploys what he calls dark troopers, which to me just look like those, you know...
The destroyer drones.
Yeah.
Or droids, rather.
Yeah. And they take the child. Boba follows. He's like, I'm gonna shoot him out. And Mando's like, no. Disengage. Don't harm the child. Mulan is like, okay, don't abort mission. He's like, okay.
I'll just follow.
Yeah. The Empire. They're back. Fucking what?
Yeah. He sees the Imperial cruiser. And he's like, alright, I'm coming back down.
Yeah. So Moff's on an Imperial cruiser. They're back down on land, and Mando's going through the wreckage. Takes the spear that he had just gotten in the last episode.
The Scar Spear.
And the shifter knob.
And he grips it, and he just... You can feel it in that moment. He's just like, I'm getting this kid back.
Yeah.
He pockets it, takes the spear. Yeah.
Well, but then he said, though, he goes back to talk to them, and Boba shows him, like, the armor has, like, something that shows, you know...
His lineage.
Yeah. And he's like, this is my father, or this is me and this is my father, and Mando said, your father was a foundling.
Mm.
It's interesting that all of the clones came from a foundling.
Right.
No sense of family. And yet, Django requested
To have a family.
Yeah.
But so Mando says
The armor is yours.
Yeah.
And
our deal's done. Or
our deal is,
whatever.
yeah, and Bubba is like, not quite, And Mando's like, well, I mean, no, you have your armor now. We're good. And he's like, no, we're indebted to you. We promised that you would, we would make sure that you have the child safely returned to you. And until that's done, we are in your debt. And I'm just like, and I think what I really love about this, and it's something that literally just popped into my mind, is that this is kind of, because, like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett was, and the holiday special, Boba Fett was...
Important, kind of, yeah.
Well, because that's where he was introduced, and he started off as, like, an ally to Luke in that little animated thing, whatever, but then he turned on them.
Right.
So you got right from the get-go of his introduction that he's not a good guy.
And he's not particularly loyal to his word.
Yeah. So... But then you got... And then you had all that stuff that happened in the movies. But then you had Clone Wars. And all of Jango Fett's lineage, basically, his clones of himself. And they were pretty much, like, all good. You never liked to see one die.
Yeah.
And then their characters were just basically destroyed by Order 66.
Yeah, they were they had a trigger of some kind
Yeah.
implanted in them
Yeah.
that turned them all in one fell swoop into just like mindless drones.
Yeah. So, we're getting a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Not retribution.
Vindication.
Yeah, vindication of all these clones that were turned against their will,
Mm-hmm.
which we know from Clone Wars it was implanted in them during the cloning process.
Mm.
So, and then you also have like an opportunity to, cheer for Boba Fett, like not feel like you're betraying,
Right.
the good guys by, rooting
Cheering
for this guy.
Which, everybody always liked Boba Fett, but it was like, yeah, but he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. In this one, we're actually cutting ground with Boba Fett's character right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is delightful.
It's awesome. And I love what they're doing with it. So they, and again, Sniper Chick, she started off as an adversary.
Just another bounty hunter.
Yeah. And, she's on their side now. So I love it. It's so clean cut, simple, to the point where you're like, I hope they don't try to get all deep and, have someone turn or whatever. But, because I like the simplicity, like, I'm in your debt now, or,
It's a time of honor.
Yeah.
That's people's morality in this universe is, if you're a good person, then you honor what you say, whether good or bad. Like, you say you're going to do a thing, and that's what you're honor bound to do.
Yeah.
So, what that's doing, because Mando himself is a very honorable guy and very, very much a negotiator, he sets a lot of his adversaries up for, all right, if you do this, I'll do this. And it allies them, it unites them.
Yeah. So then he goes back to Mando, and he's talking with Cara Dune, and he's like, "Oh, you're Marshal now for the New Republic."
Yeah, she took that offer from X-Wing guy.
Yeah.
And she accepted it.
It's a great scene where he's like, "Okay, I need you to look up a prisoner for me. I'll see what I can do." He says the prisoner's name. Of course, I can't remember what it is, but it's the Bill Burr character from
the heist
episode. And he's like, "I need you to help me spring him, because I need him to help me
with something
with Moff Gideon."
Right.
He flat out says it, and she's like, "I mean, I can't do that. I've got the stripes now. I gotta be by the book." And
I have no love for the Empire, but I have certain rules I have to follow now.
yeah. And he's like, and Mando, oh, he's like, they have the child. And just the look on Cara Dune's face is like, oh, hell no. No. Like, you can see it in her face, like.
It's very subtle, and she doesn't say a thing.
But it's all like there. Very subtle facial tick is just like, oh, no.
It's on.
It's on, bitch. I loved that.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Very subtle, very beautiful, just like, well, that will just not stand.
Yeah, no. Because almost everyone that's met Grogu, I'll say the name now, it's just like instantly like, this must be protected.
Yes. Precious.
The precious. the way Grogu feels about the shifter knob.
This is nice.
When the Dark Troopers were taking him away, and he was like, he wasn't reaching for Mando. He was reaching for the shifter knob. He knew it was down there somewhere. Bali.
You said she says yes. I don't know that she actually said yes.
No, I was just being funny.
Okay. So.
She says no. They have the child. She says yes.
Then cut to Moff Gideon's ship, which is going through hyperspace, and they go to Grogu's cell. Baby Yoda over there force choking the troopers like a badass. He's just like, no, fuck this shit. Give me back my daddy.
I was reminded of, very much actually, of 11 in her cell when Papa walks up and she kills the guards and he's just very pleased.
Yeah.
And it's just, That was very much how Moff Gideon was acting.
Yeah. And as he's walking, before we even see that, he's walking, he's walking to Baby Yoda's cell or whatever, and I'm like, Baby Yoda, blew off his face! Because, Breaking Bad.
Because Breaking Bad. Face off.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito, man.
Yeah. Again, he's got a type.
I gotta see him as a good guy someday, really. I'm not, even then I wouldn't trust him.
Yeah. And he's not like an imposing figure. I was thinking to myself, standing in that armor, he looked a little goofy.
And it's interesting because, he was in Once Upon a Time.
Right, the magic mirror.
Yeah, he started off, he was a genie.
Okay.
But in Once Upon a Time, he was so he was a sniveling henchman sort of character.
Gotcha.
But even that, he did it great. This is just a really good actor.
He's got presence.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Even when he's, the sniveling kind of like Peter Pettigrew sort of character, he's noticeable. So good on him. So, Baby Yoda does all this force choking and everything. Moff is pleased, and then Baby Yoda's weakened by it. Moff Gideon brings out the black saber, and Baby Yoda's reaching. I don't know if he's trying to stop Moff Gideon or if he's trying to reach for the saber, what Moff Gideon said, oh, you're not ready for this or something. I don't know. Not quite sure what Grogu's intention was. It was either to stop him or to take the saber, but the way Moff Gideon was kind of smiling at him, I almost had I had a fleeting thought of, are they going to try to turn Baby Yoda?
Right.
But then he says, call Dr. Pershing, let him know we have our donor.
Yep. Which was the original intent for of theirs for Baby Yoda. Because I guess they could try to train him, but it'd be a long investment.
Yeah.
Before you had a warrior.
Yeah, and he's powerful. But is he's not like Skywalker powerful.
Right. Not right now. He probably has, I'm sure he has way more potential, midichlorians, than Skywalker.
Clone Wars did a good job, again, using the word retconning the whole midichlorian thing with the last couple episodes of Clone Wars that we saw.
Yeah. At least they gave some explanation for why it's not this shoehorned in bullshit thing.
Yeah. Which I think it started as, but the people who took over the production of anything Star Wars, they did a good job.
Yeah. Because they have to work with it now. They can't just ignore it.
Yeah.
It's there, so they do what they can, and I'm okay with it.
We'll say. So in Clone Wars, that episode when Yoda was
Going on his spirit journey.
yeah, and he first met those
Phantom.
cousins, Phantom, whatever. You know, she's like explaining the planet and like, you know, the life force or whatever, and she says what you call metachlorians. It's like
Almost kind of spat it.
yeah. I thought it was kind of funny. So no, now we're caught up.
Yep.
We're gonna be in a race to
And that wasn't the season finale.
no.
No, because we're only like 5-6 episodes in.
I believe that was the 6th episode of this season.
Okay.
Chapter 14.
Oh, okay. Whew.
So we're going to be in a race with our...
mysterious other watcher, whoever he loaned our network logo.
Pretty sure it's Ben. I really should have named that profile, because we made some profiles. I should have named it This Mofo Over Here. But the girls would have seen that.
Sure. What's a mofo?
So. But yeah, short episode. Everyone complaining like, oh, it was too short. I'm like, yeah, it was short, but a lot happened, and I'm okay with not a long episode, especially right now, because I might be infected. We'll see.
It's like that meme that was going around. A Mandalorian episode is neither too long nor too short. It ends exactly when it's supposed to.
Exactly. And I love that they're not sticking with the, okay, we have to have it this many minutes, so, you know, let's just fill it.
Right.
You know?
There's not a lot of filler. Even the establishing shots are, like, just gorgeous, and, I don't know, it's very immersing.
Yeah. They've done a great job with this show. They really have. They have united a broken fan base. And it's a beautiful thing to behold.
Would the show be enjoyable to somebody who's not familiar with Star Wars?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
There's too much lore. It'd be way too confusing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ahsoka,
even
who's
like
this bitch?
huh?
Ahsoka, who's this bitch?
Yeah. Like even a casual Star Wars watcher, like someone who's only seen the movies, they'd...
No! Boba Fett's dead! Yeah. Okay.
Now, so you had a list, or, you know, you had some videos up the other day, and, like, there was the sidebar list of, you know, suggested videos, and one of them was something to the effect of, did we see Luke Skywalker in the last episode of Mandalorian? In the most recent, they said last, but most recent. So I want to try to see if we can find that video, because the whole thing with, you know, Grogu being on the Seeing Stone and trying to find Jedi, and we know that Luke is still there, and he actually eventually gathers younglings and starts school. That's how Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, that was his origin story, basically.
Right.
So, I'm interested to see if we can find that video and whatnot, but, yeah, I don't think I have much more to say about the episode. It's very good.
Very good.
I'm very, very pleased with the season. They did not hit a sophomore slump.
No. So I'm assuming next episode is going to be Mando gathering his army.
Yeah.
We're going to get Bill Burr. He might reach out to,
Natalia Tena. The Tonks.
I can't remember what her part was.
She was in the heist episode too. She was the Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, maybe because they had a connection. They had like a past.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe because she survived that. Might reach out to Cobb, possibly. I don't know how helpful he could be, but they're good. So he'd be willing to help.
Marshall.
That's what I mean. Cobb.
Oh, Cobb. That's right. Forgot that. When you said Cobb, I was thinking of the Carl Weathers dude.
Sure.
For some reason.
Sure, he'll see if he can get help from. Not that Carl Weathers he's not the action type, but maybe he can help or has connections.
Oh, and he would.
Absolutely.
He loves the baby.
He loves the baby. So I'm sure he'll be reaching out to him as well. So yeah, I think that's what the next episode will be, and we'll see some cuts of whatever's going on with Grogu. Probably getting tortured or something horrible. So yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. Friday?
And we'll probably still be able to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Assuming I'm not on my deathbed.
Right. Maybe even then.
Yeah, but I might have to be inside, like me in bed, like gingerly sipping a martini. Alcohol kill the virus. Alcohol kill the Rona. Give me a Corona to kill the Rona.
To kill the Rona. That's how it works. We solved it. We solved the coronavirus.